Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is me, Duke CT, and hey, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about NXT. And honestly, something very interesting about this. I just read an interesting article a couple days ago, and I still read it a bit more. It's, from Jesse Collins from Voices of Wrestling, called "How Did NXT Become So Stale?" How did it become stale? And he gives a lot of good, just really good, interesting points. Is that one is that they rushed the product to AEW, to face AEW, which is was stupid, and that was trying to handicap AEW, but that thing failed massively. I mean, they only won maybe one or two, and when NXT was off and AEW on, they got over 1 million viewers. So I don't know, man. It was really good. And then when AEW is by itself, guess what? NXT, they got over 1 million. So this is what it is. What it is. But yeah, another thing that he talked about is NXT stars, staying there for too long, and just so overexposed. I mean, look at, for example, Adam Cole. I know he has his fans. Some people like him, hate him, and are indifferent. I am indifferent, and sometimes just, roll my eyes a bit. I never liked Adam Cole back when he was in Ring of Honor. I was like, meh. It's like he just looks like, to me, he's like the brown hair version of Dolph Ziggler. You could take him or leave him. But, yeah, I just didn't care for him, and the Undisputed Era didn't care for him. I like Kyle O'Reilly a bit, but I just and speaking of that, the whole breakup from the Undisputed Era and everything else, the one thing I just did not like is that why couldn't Kyle O'Reilly jump to Raw or SmackDown? That would have been a good WrestleMania shakeup, and maybe give something for Roman or whatever. To just say Kyle O'Reilly, this new face, new look, he's moving on. Have the draft show up, and he drafted SmackDown. He's like a new feud against Apollo Crews, saying, you know what, I did the whole thing, and I was now trying to do this by myself and be this cool dude. But when the stuff goes down, bam, beat up Adam Cole for Raw or whatever. Just saying, him being like, I was king of NXT. I ruled everything. I was multiple time champion, and all this stuff. I was everything. I'm all world, all that. Now it's time for me to go to Monday Night Raw and basically start rule that show with an iron fist, like I can do what I can do. The Undisputed Era runs this show. That's what it is. Bam, there you go. You just do something new with those characters, and hope for the best they can sink or swim. They'll probably sink, but let's keep focused. Instead, they're just staying in NXT after that big blow off feud. It's just. I can't wait for the return of Adam Cole and such, and Cool Kyle finally winning the NXT Championship and just having this long, proactive feud like the old Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, which just went looped around from face to heel to face, and heel faces then heels, and yada 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 yada, to the point they just burnt out and honestly desperately needs a shakeup. And honestly, I don't know if they can at this point. They're so entrenched to NXT. I don't know if you can't even move them. I mean, heck, Johnny Gargano has a stable now. What the hell? And that's just sad. I honestly think Johnny Gargano could have been a good, mid-card guy, or maybe pushing the main event one of these days, as Intercontinental U.S. champ for a while and do that type of stuff. Or Tommaso Ciampa could have been that bastard, heel, maybe a Raw, SmackDown, whatever, and do something. Instead, they're just stuck there. And you have Tommaso Ciampa fighting against Walter, who, let's talk about Walter for a second. Look, I like Walter. I like his big style. This dude just beats the crap out of dudes. But I'm going to say this. I think he's fine. I like all this stuff. But, man, is NXT UK completely useless? And it is useless, as all it does is just basically, it's trying so hard. Triple H is trying so hard to have a version of the NWA in the WE banner. That's what it is. In fact, NXT UK, even pre-pandemic, was getting this no one showing up to its shows and costing them money. In fact, NXT costs WE money. In fact, the Performance Center as well. I mean, oh man, I don't know. I just look at this and they're just wasting money. But I think they just make money in spite themselves, and they was profitable quarter and everything. But it doesn't matter to them. They still make their billions of dollars, and heck, they got a nice sweet deal for Peacock. And by the way, I guarantee you the the switch from W Network subscribers to that 1.1 million subscribers, which I was once. I guarantee, and I didn't even re-up the Peacock. I guarantee you that the best the WE hope for Peacock, they didn't get 1 million new subscribers. At best, they got maybe 500. At best, maybe 300,000. And that's going to be real fun now. Peacock is all doing all that type of stuff, trying to stay afloat, and they're trying to get in that HBO Max deal, but that didn't happen. So they're gonna go with the Paramount Plus and whatever. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, back to the point of WE. It's the problem with NXT is they are stuck in this system, and honestly, they have failed. The one thing they have done is they have failed to what the original NXT was when it was relaunched back, I believe, in 2013, 14 or whatever. After the whole reality show / wrestling thing failed, and then they had the redemption arcs and all the other stuff, which no one really cares or talks about. That NXT was meant for people from, maybe from Ring of Honor and all this stuff, but also they were meant for the PC, the Performance Center guys to get in there, get their gimmicks, get their stuff to really look and say, hey, we can hey man, we can make some of you and build yourself up. You know what I mean? It wasn't that hard, and WWE makes things overly complicated, and that's the problem with NXT, is that they make something simple and they overcomplicate it. And quite honestly, the one thing they need to do for NXT is to let that thing in, move a bunch of them up, and maybe move some people down to really have their career renaissances. But I think the best thing they can do is, like, say, for example, Pete Dunne. Why hasn't he moved to Raw or SmackDown yet? I think he needs to go to Raw, SmackDown, and just start, beating up folks and just doing that thing. I'm not into it. Some people are loving him to do it. Let him do it. Hell, maybe make his first big feud against, Cedric Alexander or something. The Bruiserweight versus a former Cruiserweight champion. Have that type of big knockout feud to elevate both of them. On Monday Night Raw, since they have the time to do it, they really want to, and build up to that. Finn Balor, since he's already been doing that, make him go back to say, have him, maybe since you're not doing anything else, they need new babyface challenges. Have him babyface challenge to Roman Reigns and saying that Balor you face was this showy time guy. That's not me. And just have him just take people out, build up to that next, championship, stuff with Finn Balor. Build that up and do something. That's what I'm saying, is that WWE has a chance to make some new stars and to actually and to just refresh new some careers that need something to do. People need to do. Maybe Ricochet can come down and do something and to reinvigorate his career. You have other people that just sitting there and becoming stagnant. Do something with these characters. Do something with these wrestlers. Do something instead of just being this log jam, which is this is something that this article points out. It's a log jam, and I hope one day NXT will get that message. But until further notice, I don't think there ever will be. At best, there'll be the decent show compared to Raw and SmackDown, which that's not saying much. It's like Raw is a complete turd of a show, and SmackDown it's the Roman kills. Instead of Roman killing evildoers, it's Roman killing every babyface and making them look stupid every 2-hour power hour. So compared to those, NXT is a room temperature glass of water in the desert. That's what it is. So, yeah, that's what it is, and it's a shame because WWE deserves better. NXT deserves better. Raw and SmackDown deserves better. The entire WWE universe deserves better. Except for NXT UK. They should just kill that right now because no one cares about it. But overall, I believe WWE deserves better. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. Anyway, that's my little rantity rant. Thank you very much for listening. Go read the article. Put the link in the description. So, yeah. It's Duke CT here. Peace and love. I will see y'all when I see y'all later.